it's me, Jesus. I've got an incredible story for you today about a woman who did something very special. She really knew what it meant to live her life God's way. We can find her story in the Bible in the book of Mark, chapter 12. This happened when I'd come to the city of Jerusalem not long before I was arrested and gave up my life on the cross. Lots of people were excited to see me, but the religious leaders were not. They didn't believe that I was the Son of God, so they asked me some tough questions to try to trick me. Of course, I knew that the religious leaders were only trying to make themselves look good. Here's what happened. I sat down near the temple where people gave their money as an offering to God. And I watched as many people came and put their offerings in the offering boxes. There were lots of wealthy people giving large offerings. Of course, it's great that they were willing to give, but they were so wealthy to begin with, it wasn't even a big deal for them to give some money away. But then I watched as a poor widow came by. A widow is someone whose husband has died. This woman had been through a lot of sad things in her life, and she didn't have much money to live on. But I watched as the widow stepped up and dropped 2 small copper coins in the offering box. These coins were only worth a few pennies, but it was all the money she had, and she chose to give it as an offering to God. After I watched this happen, I called for my disciples, and I'd watched a lot of the people in the crowd give money, but the widow's offering stood out to me in a big way. So here's what I told the disciples. That poor widow has put more into the offering box than all the others. They all gave a lot because they're rich, but she gave even though she's poor. She put in everything she had, and that was all she had to live on. Most likely, no one else even noticed what the widow had done. They didn't realize what a big deal it was that she was given everything she had, but I knew that she did it as a way to worship God. I could see that the widow had given her 2 coins as a way to live for God. She wasn't worried about herself. She wasn't worried about the way other people saw her. She trusted God and believed that He would take care of her. Here's what I want you to see, friends. This is what it looks like for us to live for God with everything we've got. And you can do that too. We can trust God no matter what. We can live for God in everything we do. And that's the very last part of our training plan and our bottom line. Practice living for God. We can show God how much we love Him with the choices we make, the way we treat other people, and the way we live our lives each day. If you ever wonder what it looks like to live for God, look at the way I lived. Look at the way I treated people with love and compassion. We can live for God every day when we put what we believe into action. Did you know that you have lots of chances to live for God every single day? It's true. Before you do something, first stop and ask yourself if it will honor God. Does it honor God to play that certain video game even though your parents told you not to? Does it honor God if you're mean to your friend because they said something unkind to you? We can honor God and live for Him when we choose to love the people around us. So friends, it's your turn to put your faith skills in action. Hear from God by reading your Bible, pray and talk to God anytime, anywhere about anything. Talk to other people about God, and we can live for God. If you put this into practice, you'll love God and love other people. Till next time, bye friends.